Hello and welcome to Sri Raj IS. My name is Shashank Roy, and we are again back with a new topic that is related to US Iran war. And this topic is, what is Iran's Mosaic Doctrine secret war strategy? Have you not wondered that even after 34 days of war, there is no looking back, there is no sign of ending this war? While Donald Trump is giving statement, he's changing statement every now and then and extending Iran's timeline. While Iran is launching a crippling attack on US and its allies every now and then. They are attacking the sophisticated and huge billion-dollar weapon system of USA and making it defunct. On one hand, US has already spent $40 billion in this war, and it is costing 11 to $13,000 per second to USA. On one hand, while every missile launch, US is spending 1 to 3 million dollars as a cost of that weapon system. Iran is spending few $1,000s per drone or ballistic missiles or loiter munitions, which is it has mastered in the past decade, because Iran was preparing for this war for a very long time. So what this new Mosaic doctrine is all about, what this asymmetric war is all about, what is decentralization of warfare is all about, we'll talk about everything, and we will also understand what are the lessons to be learned for India from Iran USA war. So here it is. UPSC syllabus talks about international relations, West Asian geopolitics, Iran's strategic doctrine and regional influence. In GS paper 3, security, asymmetric warfare and decentralized defense, internal security, command and control resilience. In essay and interview, you will find centralization versus decentralization of force. Modern warfare is network centric. So read this UPSC syllabus carefully. Now let's move on to understand this entire topic through diagrams. So here it is. The war started on 28th of February 2026. What happened? United States of America launched a crippling attack on Iran, right? They thought that this war will not last 10 days, more than 10 days. And how it did happen? With the USA and Israel. On one hand, they attacked Iran and they decapitated the Iranian supreme leader plus 40 other members. They attacked and killed 40 other military commanders in this surprise attack. Why the surprise attack? Because the negotiations were undergoing, and at the same time US Israel launched a combined attack. So Ayatollah Khamenei lost his life along with other 40 military leaders. So ideally, when the leadership is lost, it is believed that country has gone. You might have seen many Middle Indian histories, the Battle of Panipat, the Battle of Khanwa, the Battle of Chanderi, or different battle you may have heard about. When the leadership is gone, everything is gone. When the commander is killed, everything, the army is destroyed or the country is looted and plundered. But here, something different happened. US believes in decapitating, means killing the supreme leadership and controlling the country. This is what they've done. This is what they did in Iraq war. When Saddam Hussein was attacked and killed later on. Or in the same way, they also attacked, they captured Osama bin Laden, and they thought that they have made Taliban without head. But this is not the reality with Iran. After While US was believing that after the killing of supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei, the Iran will collapse. The internal dissension will take place. People will go for the civil war. But something else happened. As soon as the supreme leader was killed, there was a new leader, Mustafa Khamenei. He assumed the leadership, and while it was expected that Iran will slow down its attack, Iran launched multiple attacks with different proxies on US military bases, and US allies. Right? So, what is happening? Every day, US is paying 13,000 USD per second in this war, and it has costed 40 billion US dollar, while Iran is fighting with cost effective cost effective drones, loiter munitions, and ballistic missiles. Why cost effective? Because Iran is under sanctions for many years. So Iran has to go for the cost effective military system. And that's how they are bleeding United States of America. So how they are surviving the attack of the US, the world superpower. So Iranian security establishment is like a spider web. Iranian security establishment is like a spider web, right? What happens? They have decentralized military system. What is there? They have multiple layers of leadership. They have a decentralized military system which works in a complete independence with different layers of security, different layers of logistical arrangement, and they are independent of each other, right? So this blue tick is showing, I'll use another color because it is not visible. I will use another color. Right? So I hope this is visible. So what is the Iran's mosaic strategy is? Iran's mosaic strategy is Iran doesn't believe in centralized system. Iran doesn't believe in centralized system. Now what happens when one level of leadership is attacked or decapitated, completely destroyed by the adversity, another level of leadership takes immediate step in, right? Now they have decentralized their system. Every unit, they have divided their entire security establishment into 31 nodes. You can call it 31 provinces or 31 stages. Every node has its own leadership. They have their own supply chain, and they have their own logistical arrangements. Again, this entire one node is not dependent on one single leaders. There are different hierarchies of leadership, not hierarchy. There are different layers of leadership, so that one leader is eliminated, the entire unit is not leaderless. There are people in command, right? There are people in succession. If one leader is killed in a particular unit, another leader takes immediate step in. Again, they have separated logistical arrangements, supply chains, and leadership. Everyone is independent of each other to assess the situation and launch an attack. So this is how, as soon as a leader is eliminated, another node takes the lead. They launch the attack, and this is how this system is surviving. Now, what US believes in? US always believes in centralized system. US always believe in centralized system. They believed in hierarchy, right? They believed in command and control. Whereas the Iran is totally different from USA. They have decentralized system. They have decentralized systems. They do not have hierarchy. They have layers of leadership, and every one is independent of each other to take their own decisions. And this is how US Iran is surviving this crippling attack. Now let's move on to Iran's Mosaic deterrence. It's a decentralized military strategy. It's a decentralized military strategy. Instead of one central command, they create multiple semi-independent units. Each unit can fight independently, continues operation even if leadership is destroyed totally. And this is what has happened. Iran studied Iraq war. It observed that US destroyed Saddam's regime quickly because it was a highly centralized system. Saddam was everything. Iraq means Saddam Hussein, and when Saddam was down, the entire Iraq was invaded and still unstable, still paying for the sins committed by USA. Now, what are the lessons that Iran learned? If leadership falls, entire system collapse. So don't make a system with one head. Don't make a system with one head. Make multiple heads. Make multiple heads like Ravan ke 10 sar. When you have multiple heads, you have multiple brains, and these brains or these heads are independent of each other. They are not connected, they are not bound by the advice of others, and they are independent in their decision making. So, while killing one person is easy, killing a demon with 10 different brains, it's difficult. So that's what Iranians have done. Leadership, even if one leadership is fault, another one is ready to take the command. So mnemonic is centralized system is vulnerable for collapse, so we should go for the decentralization. Now, what is the core principle? Iran believes in divide, disperse, and survive. Instead of one brain controlling the body, there are many brains who are working simultaneously independent of each other. Now, what is the structure? The structure is the entire Mosaic system is divided into 31 military zones. 31 military zone. Each zone has a command center. Each zone has a command center. They have their own forces. They have their own logistics. And they have their own supply chain arrangements, mean logistic again. Now, the important is this entire command is practiced with proxy militias as well. These proxies are in Iran, Syria, Yemen, and other Iraqi areas. So this is how Iran is divided into 31 military zones. Each zone has command center, forces, logistical and supply chain arrangements, and it's also this is the practice done by proxies as well. So how it works in a war? If central high court head command is destroyed, local units take control immediately. They continue operation and no waiting for the orders. So they are not clueless when the leadership is killed. Now, bullseye strategy, it says that central leadership is vulnerable for attack. That's why remove central dependency and make every node, make every unit an autonomous unit which can takes its decision according to the situation. And they must not be dependent on each other because it will create a chain reaction. It will create a chain reaction, and once the chain is broken, because a chain is as strong as its weakest link, so entire structure will be collapsed. That's why they made it a decentralized system. Now, advantages: survival after first strike. If one unit is dead, second unit will take the step. Faster local decision making, difficult to predict, and highly resilient. Next is limitations. Limitation is in case of any coordination, the coordination can become challenges. There is a risk of miscommunication, possible inefficiency, and friendly fires risk as well. So too much decentralization can again lead to chaos. What if these people change their sides? What if there is a mole in the entire unit? So too much of this decentralization is again wrong thing. It can again weaken the forces, but at the same time centralization is not at all a suitable idea, especially in a scenario like West Asia, keeping in mind when you are surrounded with the adversaries, right? So link with proxy warfare. Iran Iran has proxies, Hezbollah, Houthis, and Iraqi militia. Each acts independently. Now, US strategy believes in decapitation. Strike means killing the main leader, killing the main commander. But In Iran's case, you can kill one commander, then another commander is there because they have not entrusted one particular unit with all the powers. They do not have centralized power like Saddam Hussein of Iraq. So this is why it is becoming difficult for USA to contain Iran. And this is what Mosaic Doctrine of Iran is all about. Now, India's perspective, lessons for India: avoid over centralization, build redundancy, and strengthen theater commands, right? So we have to pay attention towards border, we have to pay attention to command flexibility and hybrid warfare readiness, and that's the reason UPSC asks questions related to chief of defense staff. Chief of defense staff was mainly mainly built for coordination, because as of now, I mean, few years back, army, navy and air force was working separately. So this is why chief of defense staff was created. And also CDS is working on hybrid warfare. CDS is working on hybrid warfare technology. CDS also recently spoke about gray zone warfare, gray zone warfare, and the work is going on related to theater commands. And you all know that we have recently completed nuclear triad with the launch of INS Aridaman. So this is a great achievement for India and Indian armed forces. So this is it in this article. The final takeaway is modern warfare is changing. The power is not in a brute force. The power is about network and not hierarchy. एंड दिस इज द माइंड मैप. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि ये PDF में आपको शेयर कर दूं, डेफिनेटली आई विल डू दैट. ठीक है, तब तक के लिए थैंक यू सो मच. विश यू अ वंडरफुल डे अहेड. जय हिंद, जय भारत.